Veterans Museum in groups and YouTube at Fort Worth Memories. Let me share the videos. We're already on YouTube, and we're fixing to be, and we're on Larry O'Neill, Just My Own Deal, and I'm going to share it now to the open net and to memories and live videos. So I'm putting good morning, everyone. Okay, Brittany's in. We're kind of getting back in the swing of things here. It's a mess. I'm having to move this museum around. Hold on. In case our Cleveland people message, I don't know. We'll give them freebies for a while if they want to know history. Okay, so let me get one more monitor here and I'll be good to go. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, that's working. Got the sound off. The ringer on. It takes longer now to do it since we got YouTube and another. We're on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels right now. Okay, so I'm moving stuff around on the museum so you can see the there's our beautiful Christmas tree that Ginger decorated, and the Fort Worth Optimist Club donated it. I guess yesterday the rest of people went over and got those 30 other trees. I mean, they were $120, $150 trees. They packed up a couple of days ago, and Jeff Norman called me and said, we got 80 trees that are left over here. So you can see the mess, but that is our backdrop, whatever you call that thing. So I'm going to move the piano and the M&O Trainmaster control. It's going to be better though. The museum will be ready to go probably this weekend. So we'll be able to start doing tours again, and we're going to do them by appointment only. There's the tree, and there's me. Okay, so I talked with our comptroller last night for a pretty good while, Lindsay. This year, the 2025 giveaway will be on December 13th. Let me make sure that's right. I'm doing it by memory. Uh, 2025. Well, I don't know if that's right or not. Where is... That's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 more. I think it's on... No, it is on the 13th. So next year's giveaway is December 13th. And we're going to start selecting groups. Here's an update. We're going to have sweatshirts made that are black and white letters, Larry's Kids. So everybody, all the volunteers will be able to be recognized. We're going to have different groups and different people doing different things. Scott Sumner said that he did his college education, and it was on nonprofits and giveaways like this. Let me see what, I'll tell you what he said. A lot of good ideas. Let's see. He did his education was nonprofit and volunteer management was my major in college. For the bike giveaway, get a volunteer coordinator, which I'm not good at. Then have them set up line captains, 2 per line. Then loaders, loading bikes. Stockers getting bikes. Greeters, hand out the tickets. Ticket takers collect the tickets, tell the stockers what to find. Everyone fills one of those roles and reports to their line captain. If they can't stick with their role, then they are done volunteering. That'll get you sorted out with keeping the rules and having people in place to monitor and enforce it. Sounds pretty complicated to me, but sounds good. Okay, so we're eating at Grump's on Saturday. Brittany, can you call those people? I noticed yesterday the general manager had said he joined the group, so I guess he got the word that we're going to eat there. I can probably get you the phone number. I think I can. Wait a minute. I thought I could find the post, but I couldn't. Okay, Grumps and River Oaks. There's one in Burleson. They got them all over, I guess. Their phone number is 817. Are you going to write? I'll write it down. 817 735 3333. You could alert them that we are coming. But the manager had said of Grumps in River Oaks, he joined our Fort Worth Memories group. So I've heard a lot of good things about them. They say that seniors can order off of the kids menu. So that means you save money. Charles Johnston said they've got great burgers, chili burgers, whatever. Okay, what else is going on? Next Wednesday is Christmas. Be careful. I know there's a lot of y'all that might be traveling or you got guests coming in. We need to make sure that everybody tries to stay as safe as they can and no drinking and driving. And if that offends some people, when I post that, which I will, is the next week, don't drink and drive. Some guy said, you don't have to remind us we're not kids. Well, guess what? If you don't like it, leave the group. I do remind you. I don't know if that really does a lot of good, but we do remind people. So, okay, here comes our Cleburne group. They're checking in. Larry, I saw all the pictures, the videos. Y'all had a lot of fun. We did have 2 people that tried to find it and couldn't find it. It's right off of University. Will Rogers Coliseum, it's across the street. I mean, maybe they didn't know where Will Rogers is. They're from Cleburne. I just assume people from Cleburne or surround Burleson and all that they eventually sometimes come to Fort Worth. But that's okay. We're going to do it different next year. Lindsay and I talked. We're going to have individual groups will meet, like all of these different groups that Scott was talking about. And I mean a month or 2 in advance. So we're going to get it down. What I was talking about yesterday was the loading 2 bikes or 3 bikes into a vehicle and then somebody pulling up and they can't get any bikes. That ain't going to happen. we're going to go back to passing out tickets. We'll count the number of bikes. Like this year, we would say on Wednesday, you have to cut it off so the printer can make the tickets. Say Tuesday or Wednesday before that Saturday, say we got 950 bikes. They might print 950 tickets. Those ticket givers still greet the car, boy or girl for the bicycle, and what age. Then they hand them a ticket and they say, well, I've got, there's another family in the car. Well, I'm sorry. It's one bike per vehicle. That way we can reach the maximum number that we're trying to reach. And if people are, somebody's sending me something. If people are, well, Larry, that's going to drag it out. We'll just have 2 sets of volunteers. Doesn't matter if it drags it out. That's the way it's going to be. Because some people did not get a bike, and I know dang good and well there was cars left with more than one bike. How come I can't find my deal? Is that it? No, is that it? No. There it is. Tom Reynolds is in. Brittany. Dub Peacock's in. Sandy's in. Sandy, y'all did a marvelous job. Cliff Sparks, good morning. Oh, dang it. Sharon is in. Yes, there has to be rules, and they're going to be. Yes, I'm not upset with anybody. We've never really been completely. It's a grassroots deal, Back when I started this thing, and for the first 10 or 15 years, the people that gave away the bikes were me, my employees, and an occasional TCU athlete or an occasional fire department person from the fire department down on Camp Bowie. Short Camp Bowie, I call it. So it was completely, we make up the rules as we go, but now we're a non-profit. We need to act like we're organized. I know it's a lot of fun. People like to have their pictures made, which I love that. But we got to have rules, just like Sharon said. It's not fair to somebody that's been sitting there since midnight the night before and get up there and they say, well, sorry, we ain't got no more bikes. Well, there's only 200 cars in front of me. How many bikes do you have? 900. Well, something's wrong. And I agree. So it'll be fixed. December 13th of 2025, it'll be an entirely different, well-organized event. Okay. Major things that happen in Fort Worth or Tarrant County from This is Larry.
Hey, you're up awful early.
I'm always up early. You're on. I'm on the live feed, so you can talk. Just make sure that people are looking forward to our interview on Saturday. This is Rusty Arnold, brother to one of the 3 missing girls. So, what's up, Rusty?
I have some very unfortunate news.
What?
Deborah has backed out.
Oh my gosh. When did that take place? There's a lot of people on the feed said that she wasn't going to do it.
We had an interview yesterday with a national newspaper.
Yeah?
Online paper. And she backed out of that. And she says she bit into a sandwich and broke her front tooth. And she didn't want to be on camera with a broken front tooth.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me offer you a suggestion. We don't have to put a camera on her.
Since we're on live right now,
Yeah.
I thought we was going to have a private conversation.
Well, I mean, I've already started the live, and I'm connected now to the
No, that's fine. That's
YouTube and so many channels. It takes 15 minutes to get lined lined up. You can offer that suggestion. I thoroughly understand if she's got a broken front tooth, she doesn't. But we do not have to put the camera on her at all.
Okay, well, I have to talk to her about.
Yeah, see if that works for her. If not, are you still in?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm in.
Okay, because I've posted stuff on all of my groups and on your page too.
Yeah, I'm 100% in, Larry. But I don't think camera or no camera Deborah's gonna do this.
I mean, and that's all right. That's her privilege. Is there any other people keep asking, especially on your group, Missing Fort Worth Trio, or Fort Worth Trio Missing, whatever. They keep saying, why don't y'all have some other of the other family deals? Is there anybody that you can reach out to that might want to come on, or no?
Absolutely.
There is somebody?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And they're a family member of one of the missing girls?
Terry Mosley.
Okay, well, they've asked him.
He was Renee's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And Julie's brother. I'm sorry.
Okay, ask
he
him.
lost both his girlfriend and his sister.
Wow. Ask Terry.
I will reach out to Terry today.
Okay. All right, brother. What else? Anything else? We gave away your football. I personally gave it away. A youngster about 5 or 6 years old. He said, I want that football. And I said, well, let me take it out of the box. And he said, I'll take it out of the box. I handed it to him. He had a smile from ear to ear.
That is so sweet.
Yep. So anyway.
We could make a kid happy.
Oh yeah, we actually gave away 1,120 bucks.
My God. Larry, you do some really good work.
Well, you know, we all need to start trying to help each other out.
Absolutely.
I've got another person trying to call in, my tech guy, Scott. I will see you Saturday. Let me know if Terry's going to come on.
I absolutely will. I'll reach out to him and we'll go from there.
Okay, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
No, Scott's going to call right now, I guess. Hello.
Morning.
Morning. Rusty Arnold just called in. His sister is backed out. She said she broke her front tooth, so he's going to reach out to this Terry Mosley, another brother to one of the other missing girls. So, but in any event, if it's just Rusty, it'll be me and Rusty again on Saturday at 9. And so earlier I was reading your suggestions for next year's giveaway, and I had a long phone conversation with our comptroller last night. It's going to be on December 13th, Farrington Field. But yeah, those ideas, that works. That way we'll stick by the rules and we won't have, that's what I was telling people. We don't need 3 bikes going in a truck and then somebody pull up an hour later and there's no more bikes. You there? So anyway, I'll work with you on that and we'll figure out. We're going to start having meetings earlier in the year with those different groups, the line captains, all of that stuff, what you was talking about. We're also going to purchase long sleeve sweatshirts like our Fort Worth Memories, but they'll be black with Larry's Kids on the logos. So that way,
let people buy those.
Well, yeah, but at least all of the volunteers will have a shirt on that we can signify. There's one of the volunteers right there.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to get it more organized. Like I've told people, you was with me 9 or 10 years ago. All of this stuff has been a grassroots deal. It's been me and a bunch of volunteers, and I didn't even get through high school, much less any college. So we're going to do it a better way this year. That next year.
That's all you can do is just keep working up.
Yep. So trying to think if y'all need a website built or any technical stuff, this guy's the genius. He's the IT guru. Okay, let me, Cleveland wants the high points of 1900 to 1920 or 30. 1901, Carnegie Public Library opened. In 1903, the Swift and Armor plants opened. The 1907 or 06, they opened the YWCA, the Young Women's Group, on 1907. 1908, Cowtown Coliseum was built. That's in Northside. 1909 was the fire that destroyed actually 24 blocks. If you Google it, it says 20 blocks. From the south side, it went all the way to the TMP train station. They're lucky it didn't burn down everything, because everything was made out of wood. There was 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it all started with a couple of kids. There was a barn with a bunch of hay in it, and they were high school or junior high, I guess, back then, in Southside, and they wanted to experiment with cigarettes, and so they were inside this barn full of hay, and the farmer walked in, and of course the kids ran and ignited the cigarette, I guess, started the fire, and it burned everything. The fire department, when they got there, North Fort Worth, that was a separate city from Fort Worth, they had a fire captain, and he was getting things organized, and he said, y'all go up there 10 blocks and tell the people to get out of their houses, or 5 blocks. Well, by the time they got there, the fire was already there. So it displaced hundreds of people. It was 1909. Search engines say it's 20 blocks. It was 20, 24, and almost 25 blocks. Complete blocks. So that was in 1909. The Star Telegram opened in 1909. The Fort Worth Zoo and Greenwood Cemetery started in 1909. The population in 1909 was basically 73,000. Southwestern Baptist College started in 1912. So that gets you up to your early 1900s. I don't know if that was what you were looking for. That was the significant things that I know of that happened in the early years. And from 1900 to 1910, we increased population 3 or 4 fold. So it was a big growth year for Fort Worth. We were no longer dependent on the cattle drives to completely, in the early days, the only source of income we had were the cattle drives that came through. Thus, Hell's Half Acre, those people that ran those saloons and bars and stuff, they stripped these cattle drovers completely. They left Fort Worth with nothing. Of course, they didn't have to have anything. They were fed on the trail, slept, they got paid when they got to Kansas. And the sheriff fining the prostitutes. It was kind of like a doing business tax. And every mayor in those years would come on and say, I'm going to shut down Hell's Half Acre and get rid of the prostitutes, all night gambling and all of that. In 2 days, he'd have to walk it back. They just reminded him, if you want a paycheck this month, you better allow that to keep going, because that's our only source. There was no industry here. So in 1902 and 03, just the influx of the meatpacking plants, there was Swift and there was Armor. There's a lot of people think Swift and Armor was the same company. It was not. There were 2 different meatpacking plants. And so that started some industry here. But for the longest, we survived off what the people that ran Hell's Half Acre could strip off of people that went down there and visited. I mean, when they left, they were completely broke. They had card tables out front of those saloons with the 3-card monte and the shell game and all of that. These people were professionals. And then the common game then was Pharaoh, and all of that was crooked. Every bit of it was crooked. There was no winners in Hell's Half Acre. But it was a real productive century. We got, like I say, the Southwestern Theological College opened. The YMCA for the males was already open. The one for the girls opened. So there was a lot of going on here, a lot more people coming in. You know, the train was already here. It got here in 1876. So we were actually getting a place on the map. And if the most important thing that happened from the 1800s to there was the train. If we hadn't have gotten the train here, we would have been a tumbleweed city. We would have been like Thurber, Texas, deserted. So we were lucky that our visionaries knew that we had to have the train, and they were up against all odds because the Panic of 1873, the economy all over the world was horrible. It hit us real hard. The population shrank in Fort Worth from 4,000 to 400. Almost wiped us out. But there were some people here, K.M. Van Zandt and John Peter Smith and people like that had money. And so, but the main thing, the Texas Pacific Railroad, which was the line coming in, it had made it to Dallas, and the state legislature down in Austin had told Fort Worth, if y'all want that train to come to Fort Worth, you got to help with paying for the track. And there was like a bank up in Chicago. In 1873, they went broke, the ones that had the loan to Texas Pacific. So our leaders, our civic guys, they formed, it was called Fort Worth Railroad Construction Company, I think. And they personally put the money up and guaranteed the Texas Pacific that if y'all will hurry up and get this thing in before the legislature retires for the rest of that year, we're going to get state money. And so, and Dallas tried every way they could to keep us from getting it. So the last 24 hours was really a story in its own. The town shut down. Everybody worked on the track. And when it came across the Trinity at Village Creek, the tracks weren't even bolted down. They just laid them over wood and drove that train at 1 mile an hour. I mean, and at the end, they still weren't going to make it. So the mayor and city council extended our boundary 3/4 of a mile or 1/4 of a mile to the east. And that's the only way that we got the train to actually pull into Fort Worth. And by doing that, then we got funded from the state. We even had our state representatives, they couldn't get a quorum. We would tell them down in Austin, well, our guys are sick, you know. So finally, the guy that was running the Capitol back then, that was when it was the Republic of Texas, he sent marshals or whatever, governing people. He said, go up there to Fort Worth and Tarrant County and bring them back down here if they're in wheelchairs. I don't care. And so we tried to do everything we could. And like I say, that last 24 hours, all whatever little businesses there were had shut down. Kids were not in school. Kids ran sandwiches back and forth to the workers. Those people didn't sleep for like 30-something hours. They held lanterns, they worked around the clock, but we got her done. So Fort Worth has always been able to survive, and it's because of the determination of people just like our group. We saw a need years ago that some families need some help and stepped up to the plate. Nobody had to do that. And we figured out yesterday if you just average those bikes at $50 each, which would be $20 too low now, but maybe a little high back then, we've given away 19,650 times 50, $982,500, almost $1 million. This year, this giveaway will go over $1 million in bikes. That's pretty special. Okay, so has anybody got anything they need to? I got to get this museum straight. So we're eating at Grump's. Everybody seems to like it. I've never been to it, so I'm excited. 1 o'clock on Saturday. Let me see if anybody's asked anything. Leaving for Vegas tomorrow. Be back January 5th, 2025. Yeah, you told me she's having surgery. We'll get you a sweatshirt, Brittany. We need you to have a sweatshirt to hold down the fort there in New Jersey. Okay, so it's cold out, or it's cool, and the wind's pretty doggone strong right now. Donna's in, David is in, but Brittany, we'll get you a shirt. We probably won't get those sweatshirts, long sleeve sweatshirts, done until August or September or something. But I promise the 2025 giveaway will be a lot more organized. And we're going to set a set of rules, and everything has to have rules. You just have to live by them if you're going to do something successfully. I'll have the museum ready this weekend for tours. I'm asking people to make appointments to get a tour because I might be detailing the car. We've still got that half price on detail certificates. You can use them whenever. There's no expiration date. You give away a $300 detail for $150. All you got to do is call me. We can do it over the phone, or you can come by. Whatever suits your fancy. Again, I want to thank everybody that participated in the giveaway, and a lot of y'all participated by praying for us. It was a huge event. I did a couple of videos up that put the Christmas music to it, and that was not all of the people involved, but that was some of the people involved. I'll do a couple more videos today. So, Scott, you got anything you want to add?
I'm working on Guess the Score, and I think that's it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. They play what, Sunday?
I think so. Look.
I don't even know who they play. They ended up winning. I fell asleep. I couldn't even stay up for it.
Yeah, Sunday against the Buccaneers.
They probably got a pretty good team.
It's a night game. It's 7:20.
Oh, well, that lets me out. I mean, I can do the start of it, but it'd have to be pretty exciting for me to stay up and do that. Anyway,
they are 8-6. We're 6-8.
Oh, so they got the better team. All right. If you'll shut off, when you shut off the YouTube, oh, wait a minute. I got to do the sponsors. I'm trying to get acclimated to all this stuff. But it's a lot better. It's better for our sponsors because I go on here 2 or 3 times a day, and plus they can go on the YouTube channel or FortWorthMemories.com and see all the sponsors. I need to preset these things where they're. Here's Railhead, but I want to get up there too. Can't Sleep Club. Okay, we're starting at the top. Well, Casey Crawl, we need to insert him in alphabetical order if that's possible. And today I should have Eric Walsh's thing that we're going to post. Casey Crawl and Company, family-owned deal. Casey and his wife, and then a lot of employees. They do all of the Medicare, Medicaid, all of that stuff. Our YouTube channel is YouTube at Fort Worth Memories. Winstead Paint and Body. Clay Winstead has been a sponsor forever, almost since I've been on the internet with it. Techstar Pools. If you need a pool built or remodeled or fixed, or any of the area around it, the landscaping, anything, they do all of that. Jerry Schwartz is Schwartz and Hanson Architects. I've got it on my notes to call Rex Benson today, ask him when the bar and grill is going to open. I can't wait for that. He added an additional couple of hundred seating out in the back, facing the hotel that's enclosed, kind of like that's probably where we'll have this next year's Boxing in Cowtown event. Rains Plumbing is a
family party over there too.
Huh? Oh yeah, and the birthday.
Party over there.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we'll start using, because Rex will work with us. We can have the birthday party over there. So our Boxing in Cowtown and the birthday party will both be at Rex's Bar and Grill this year. Rains Plumbing is a family-owned business. I met the wife and some of the employees. They do great work. We've had several good reviews. What can I say? Charlie Guerin, Railhead Barbecue. He has helped immensely on the bike giveaway. He's our state rep. He's a good guy, and he's about helping people, I can tell you. Passport Getaways. If you're planning a trip or you want to go on a cruise or anything like that, that's the people to get a hold of. The Optimist Club, I guess we finally got all those trees picked up over there. And I'm going to have Jeff Norman in January, and we're going to find out all the stuff that they do for youth. Here's another Rex Benson owned company, Old South. So Old South and Rex's Bar and Grill are now in the same parking lot, because Rex's Bar and Grill was the Macaroni Grill. Now there's also an Old South out in Burleson, but it's not 24/7. It closes at probably 9 or 10. K Ranch Roofing. This is their third year as one of our roofing sponsors. Jenny Stewart has State Farm Insurance. And you know, when your insurance comes due, and maybe you're not happy with who you're using, at least call Jenny and them and see if their quote's better. State Farm's a great company. David Hart and Sherry, his wife, if you need anything painted, they're the folks to call. But they also are very, very active in all community events. Cross Electric, another family-owned business. If you need an electrician, Cross Electric is who I suggest. Fort Worth Lumber, they have been sponsors and helped with our bike giveaway for many, many, many years. So if you need any building materials, plans, I mean, they got it all. They're out on the South Freeway. We need a sign company. So if you know somebody that wants some advertising at a real reasonable rate, tell them to holler at me. Express Dent. If you have hail damage or door dings or anything like that, take it over there to Eric at Express Dent. He is the operating partner, and then Dick Regester lives down in Florida. He is one of the co-owners, or maybe he's the only owner. He's the one that started it. Dickie Carr, Sand and Gravel. Pat and Richard Carr are fantastic. They help so many people in the community, and very active. They care about Fort Worth, Tarrant County. They care about our state and our country. They do a real good job. Then there is a Dickie Carr, who is Richard's nephew, and he is our new Grateful for Your Trees sponsor. There's a list of stuff: landscape, cut all the trees off. They grind down the stumps. They do everything. Bobcat work, whatever. Steve Coburn's Catering. They are still on North Main, where when I was a kid working at Southern Anodizing, 15 or 16 years old, across the street there on North Main, Southern Anodizing was next to LaGrave Field. When I finally got a car, that's where I parked, in LaGrave Field's parking lot. That old metal stadium was still the remnants after the fire. I would park there, but then at lunch we'd all walk over to Coburn's Cafeteria. They had great food over there too. So if you got an event or a group or a party, let them cater it for you. Burt Ladner Real Estate, Wes Williams is associated with them. I did talk to Wes. He's going to come by here next day or so. He's trying to get his medicine straight. But he's okay. He's in good shape. And then Eric Walsh also is our realtor extraordinaire, and we will have his information. Hopefully today I'll give him a little nudge. Then air conditioning and heating. A Bird AC and Heating Inc. That's Dub Peacock. They are been sponsors. This is their first year sponsor, but been real active in the group. Sherry's in, James is in, Ricky. Who is going to Terry Black's barbecue? I never even heard of Terry Black's barbecue. Mike Wadsworth. We're going to Grump's on Saturday. Terry Black's barbecue. I've never heard of it. Where is it? Mike is in. Terry Black's barbecue. I don't have a clue. I'll look it up. Has anybody ever eaten there? Of course, I'd never heard of that Woody Creek barbecue, and it's good barbecue. Good morning. Michael's in. Yes, the gift certificate sale is over next week. You need a good gift. Half price. You buy a certificate and use it anytime. Aaron is in. Tammy is in. You can do it over the phone. You can call me. 817-965-2626. Send me a message. Come by. Don't forget, I leave every day at 2. Okay, Scott, have you got anything else you want to add? Or don't forget, if you need a website built or anything like that, Scott can take care of you. I could tell you his phone number, but he stays so busy. It's best to text him and then leave him your number, and he'll call you back. He'll get back with you pretty quickly. Okay, Scott, anything else?
I don't have anything.
Okay, brother, I'll see y'all. You're going to kill the YouTube and the Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, see you later.
Down.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that should be going off pretty quickly. It's still on. Still on. Now he is going off, I guess.